Hi, I'm Kurt Fry, and in this movie, I would like to show you how to identify the maximum and minimum values from a dataset based on one or more criteria. The sample file that I'm using is an Excel workbook named MaxIfs, M-A-X-I-F-S, and you can download it from the link that I provide in the video description below. In this dataset, I have sales broken down by the size of the paper pad. So they can be A1 through A4. Those are the European sizes. And then the finish, whether they are coated or whether they are matte. So coated paper or plain paper. And then in column G, I have cells ready to go where I can create a formula to identify the maximum sales for any product that uses coated paper and has a size that is greater than A1. And yes, A1 is actually the largest size, but if we look at A1, A2, and A4, then A2 comes after A1 in sort order, so we have to ignore the size and instead use the way that the size is described in our formula. So let's find the maximum value for coated paper sales that are not A1. So in G2, I'll type equal, and the function, which you might not have seen before, is maxifs. This is a conditional that works the same way as SUMIF and AVERAGEIF, where you can find the maximum within a range based on one or more criteria. And the range will be the sales values, so that's E2 through E9, then a comma. The criteria range will be the finish, and we could do this in either order. So those are D2 through D9, then a comma. And the criteria, we start by typing in a double quote, and then equal, coated, C-O-A-T-E-D, followed by a double quote. So this is our first criteria, then a comma. The second criteria range will be the size. So that's C2 through C9, then a comma. And then the criteria rule itself, again, goes in double quotes because it's text, and it will be greater than A1. And because we're putting this in a text string, we don't have to worry about A1 being interpreted as a cell address. Then a right parentheses and enter, and I see that the largest sales for any coded product that has a size identifier that is greater than A1 is 40,891, and that is here in cell E8. And I know the formula worked correctly because I can look at all of the coated values. So I have 16,639, 12,386. Those were the only three that we were going to consider. And in fact, the formula worked because the largest value for coated sales was for A1 pad types, and it is larger than the maximum that was reported here. As one more example, I'll do the minimum, and we will have this for matte paper, and again with an identifier that is less than, in sort order, A4. So in G5, I'll type equal, minifs, and again for the minimum range, we'll do E2 through E9, then a comma, and then the criteria. So this criteria range will again be the finish, so D2 through D9, comma, then in double quotes equal, matte, close it up quotes, then a comma. The next criteria range will be size, C2 through C9, comma, and then double quote, and less than A4, close double quotes, right parentheses, and enter, and we get the value of 24,620, which is for the A1 paper. So we have 24,620, which is smaller than the value in E5, smaller than the value in E7, and the formula properly ignored the value in E9, even though it's smaller than the minimum that was returned as our formula's result. So if you're looking for the minimum or maximum value from a data set and you're able to identify them based on multiple criteria, maxifs and minifs are great functions to know. I hope you enjoyed this tip. If you did, please like the video and subscribe to my channel.